Here at Commonwealth Stadium during a football game, crowd control that we use is if an ambulance needs to get in, we'll clear the folks out for that. If we have a dignitary we need to escort out, either to his vehicle or in a vehicle, we can do that. If there is a large party or crowd that someone needs emergency help and we need to get in there, we can wedge in to get to the person. A lot of folks think that the mounted patrol is basically just for ceremonies, press conferences, dignitaries, things like that. Even though, yes, we do a lot of that, but our main mission is actually moving people for disorders, law enforcement work itself. We do everything on a horse that a regular officer does. But we do it from a horse. We cuff from a horse. We have to chase somebody, we chase them. We detain them. We do anything on a horse that anyone else does in a car.
As you can see from the surrounding environment that we are in, it takes a lot for these horses to learn to be relaxed, cool, calm, and collected. And our training that we do with these horses prepares them for this environment. If your horse is, the only thing your horse is ever exposed to is the backyard, he will never be able to come downtown and ride on a city street. So in order for him to do this job, you have to expose him to as many things as you can to help build his confidence. And that confidence will just build and build and build, and the trust in you will build.
I think Officer Rakes has pointed out, as you look around, we have to have our horses trust us, and we have to trust them. A lot of times we might be going down a one-way street, the city bus passing us on one side, and then doing road construction on the other side. Times like that, we can't have a lot of acreage to do something with a horse. We have to have the trust in a horse, and vice versa, the horse has to trust in us that we're not going to get them hurt and they're not going to get us hurt. And a lot of the training we do sets up the horse and the rider for that type of trust.
One of the ways that we train our horses to deal with this type of environment that we're in right now is we want to build their confidence and their trust in us, both from the ground and under saddle, that when they do see something that may scare them, if they see a mountain lion sitting up on top of a brick wall, that they don't just run and flee the other way. They need to first check in with us, and then if we tell them it's okay to run, then they can go. But we don't want the horse to just react on his own. All horses are going to react. You can't take that away from them. But what we want them to do is check in with us first and ask the question, how far or how fast do you want me to move?
Over the years, there have been a lot of people who have stopped us on the street, and they've asked us, how can I get my horse to do what your horse is doing? What do you do that's so special? And a few years ago, we put on our first civilian clinic. Now, what the civilian clinic is really not anything special than what we teach police officers to do. We teach people how to handle their horses and how to deal with their horses. A lot of people feel very confident when they're in the saddle. That confidence might be hiding a lot of problems that some people may have. What we try to do is, through our training ways, is get the person off the horse a little bit, get the person working with the horse, establish a partnership. So many people think they have a partnership, but when it comes down to it and they're standing right beside their horse, you can see there's not a partnership. There's actually a little bit of fear. Fear in the people have with the horse in close proximity to them. So that's one of the things we do. We build a partnership from the ground up. We bring other officers in. This year we had Toronto out of Canada, and we had RCMP. What they did is RCMP worked on equitation, giving people not so much maybe special skills, but giving people a little bit different look on how maybe RCMP does theirs. And RCMP, let me explain, is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They've been riding horses for a long, long time, since their inception. Gives them just a little bit of different take. We do troop drill, which a lot of civilians don't really do. They don't get with a bunch of horses and ride in half sections and full sections. That's all good for the horse. It builds that relationship between the person and the horse. And I guess if I want to convey one thing is, that's really the bottom line to what we do. We build relationships with our partners, our horses, and they take care of us on the streets.